Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to create a game for Android devices, part 1. This video tutorial will consist on many parts, so stay tuned for the upcoming parts for this tutorial. So in part 1, we're going to install Cocos2d-x and Android NDK. So before starting this course, I am assuming that you already have downloaded and installed the Eclipse, any version you want, and the Android SDK. This is essential to create Android apps. So, if you haven't done already, go ahead and download and install Eclipse Indigo and download and install the Android SDK. I'll show you very quickly how to do that. So, just look at the download link I left in the description below and click it to download the Eclipse Indigo version. You can also work with another Eclipse versions, but I am using the Eclipse Indigo. So if you want to just follow this tutorial exactly like I do, go ahead and download the Eclipse Indigo. Just type Eclipse Indigo on Google, and on the web page there you're going to be prompted for Eclipse Indigo. Go ahead and click on this download button, not on this one, the download that is displayed under Eclipse Indigo, and just go ahead and download and install Eclipse Classic 3.7.2 is the version, the latest version up to this video. And you can go ahead and download the 32-bit version if you have 32-bit Windows or 64-bit version. So once you download and install the Eclipse Indigo, you need to download the Android SDK. So a very important step to perform before downloading the Android SDK is to download and install the ADT plugin for Eclipse. So to add the ADT plugin to Eclipse, just go ahead and start Eclipse, then select Help, Install New Software, click Add in the top right corner. In the Add Repository dialog that appears, enter ADT plugin for the name and the following URL for the location. And when the installation completes, remember to restart Eclipse. So once you do this, then you can go ahead and download the Android SDK. So I'm gonna show you very quickly in Eclipse how to do this. Just open Eclipse, click on Help, and select Install New Software. Click on Add, and then add the address that I mentioned you earlier, and then just give it a name, Android. So in my case, it gives an error of a duplicate location because I already added my Android ADT plugin to Eclipse. So I'm gonna click cancel, but in your case, just click OK. So once you click OK, I'm just going to select it. It's going to show in this window on the middle the developer tools. Just change so you can see the difference. The Android developer tools, so go ahead and click all the developer tools, select, click next, and then install all the developer tools. So once you have the ADT plugin installed, then you can go ahead and install the Android SDK that you need. Just go ahead and open Eclipse and click on Window and click on Android SDK Manager. If you can't see this Android SDK Manager, maybe it's because you are on a different perspective. So make sure you are on the Java perspective and click on Window, the Android SDK Manager. Now, inside here you can download many Android SDKs. So go ahead and download the SDK tools, the platform tools, and the build tools. You are going to need these three to create a game for Android. I also downloaded the Android API 21 SDK. So as you can see, I installed everything from this API, and I also downloaded older APIs because sometimes I need to test my applications on older versions of Android. So If you want, you can go ahead and download these other versions, the 4.4.2, also API 19. But as you can see, I don't download everything. Just go ahead and download the things that I have installed. And API 18 also. I skipped all these APIs and I went and downloaded API 11, 10, and 8. So check all of these boxes, and once you check them, just click on install packages, and Android is going to download and install other packages for you. Once you have this setup, we can start by downloading the Cocos2d-x and the Android NDK. So the first thing you need to do is download and install Cocos2d-x and Android NDK. First, you need to create a working folder in your PC. This step is very important. Inside that working folder, you're going to place your Cocos2d-x and your Android NDK downloads. It is very important that both of them are in the same working folder. Then you're going to download and unzip Cocos2d-x version 2.0.2.0-rc2-x-2.0.1 into your working folder. Make sure you download this exact version, because if you download a newer version, you may get problems with the code. If you are not an expert programming on C++ or Java, and you just want to follow this tutorial exactly as I do, please download this version. But if you are an expert already, you may download a newer version. Then you're going to download and unzip Android NDK version R8V into your working folder. There are also newer versions of the Android NDK, but we are going to work with the version R8V. So both download links are in the description below. So I'll show you a preview of the game that we're going to create. I already created a game and uploaded it to the Google Play Store. So remember, the first thing you need to do is create a working folder. So for example, in my case, I created inside my Android folder, I created a games folder, and inside I just downloaded the Cocos2d version I just told you and the Android NDK R8V version. After I download both of these files, I unzip them into the same folder. So I'm going to show you the game that we are going to create. So if you go to the Google Play Store and you just go ahead and search for AARGH flies, you're going to get a lot of results, but the first result is this little mini game I just created, and then I'm going to show you how to create. So you can go ahead and download this game if you want to show the final result of this tutorial. Okay, so to download Cocos2d-x, just go ahead, open a new browser, and on Google just type download Cocos2d-x. Then navigate to the Cocos2d-x homepage, and up to this date, the version of this web page is this one. Maybe you are going to navigate in a different version, but the idea is to go to look for an older version of Cocos2d-x. So you click on this link, and inside this other link you're going to look for the version that I just told you. So it is not listed here, so you need to go to older versions. So you scroll all the way down and go to more historical versions. So you click on this link, and that will open this other link. So inside this link you're going to find the version that I just told you. If you scroll down, I just marked it with a star, and this is the version you need to download and unzip into your working folder. So go ahead and do that. Now, for the Android NDK, we do the same. Just go ahead and search for Android NDK download and open the developer.android.com webpage. Now, you have two ways of downloading an older version of the NDK. So right now the version is R10D, but we're going to download version R8B. So you can do that by two ways. You can use the link I provided in the description, but if that link does not work, you just going to copy this link. Well, depending on your version, mine is Windows 8 64-bit, so I'm going to do this with this version. So you copy this link, copy link address, and you paste it. Don't paste and go, just paste it on a new tab. Now, you need to change some things here. You're going to erase all this and just type .zip, and you can change the version here. So I'm going to change it to R8B, and then just go ahead and click enter. And then it's going to prompt you with a file, and you go ahead and download that file into your working folder. So I'm just gonna click cancel. I already do this. So once you download and install and unzip both the Cocos2d-x and the Android NDK, and you're ready to proceed, you can go ahead and watch my next video, part 2, where I'm going to show you how to download and install Cygwin for Windows.